All right. Good morning, everybody. Appreciate you being here. India, always smiling. They're in Houston. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Guys, welcome. This is our Freedom Team Get More Transactions Mastermind. We do this every week, every Tuesday. This is open to everybody. If you're an eXp agent and you want to invite your friends, get them in here. If you're visiting with us, welcome. You're always welcome. Every week we do this, same time, same Zoom link, different topics, different things that we're doing. Just so you guys know, just as a little plug here, the first Tuesday of the month, we've always done just an open mastermind. We're actually switching that up coming here in June, the first Tuesday in June. We're going to start talking AI, and we're going to do a monthly AI update. It is here. It's here to stay. We got to keep up with it. So we're going to be doing that the first Tuesday of every month. And then our masterminds are now weekly on Wednesdays. So tomorrow, if you come back, same Zoom link, same time, just an open mastermind that we're now doing every week, every Wednesday. And those have been awesome. We've been getting some good turnout and good feedback and good topics. You never know where it's going. But I would tell you just to plug into that if you can. Come meet some more agents and throw out topics, get some questions answered, that kind of stuff. So I appreciate you guys being on here today. As always, good to see everybody. Today we have Dawn Conciatori with us. Dawn is she's been in the business for over 30 years as an agent for 30 years. And
Almost.
almost 30 years. Almost 30 years? Okay.
Yeah,
There you
a little
go.
less.
But she's a broker owner. Over 20,000 homes in her 30 years that she's overseen and sold herself. She was actually a trainer for Prudential. She wrote their reload training program for Prudential, which is now Berkshire Hathaway. And what you're going to get here today, guys, we've had actually, she was sharing with me several other companies that have come in and wanted to buy this training and this program to white label for their companies because of what's going on over here with what Dawn has come up with and what we have going here at eXp, talking about Revenos and talking about what Bundle Select, which we're going to hit today. So Dawn is Vice President of Affiliated Services. She's been at eXp now for 3.5 years. And this is going to be good. So Dawn, thank you so much for just taking some time. I know you're busy. A lot of places you could be. We appreciate you being here with us. So, thank you again for coming in. Okay. It's all yours.
Sure. If you'll go ahead and enable the screen
Oh, you're
sharing.
right. Yeah, that would help, wouldn't it? Let me
And
do that.
actually, this is the most favorite place I'd rather be is with our agents and talking about growing business because that's what excites me. An agent for a long time. I've retired twice. eXp brought me back out of retirement to go ahead and start a relocation division, an REO division, and an affinity division. And we're going to go over those and what we've done. And just to give you a little context here, in 2021 when I came in, it was me, and we did business with a lot of different companies, but we had 36,000 agents at the time, and we nobody knew how much business we were doing. So I came in and I started to go after the business, and I worked for Prudential Relocation, which is became BGRS, which is owned by Berkshire Hathaway, and Servo Relocation bought them. I worked for Prudential Relo for 7 years. In fact, I have a little pension with them. I worked for Prudential and then Serva, Carrington, for those of you that knew Atlantic and Pacific Realty. So I moved over 5,000 REOs in the state of Florida. I started Florida with them, and love doing what I'm doing. What I get excited about is bringing in business and giving it to agents. I don't want to list and sell. It's like pulling teeth. I'd rather go get my teeth cleaned. I just can't do that anymore. This is fun for me, and I get really excited being able to see what we can do. So the first year we brought in 1,257 referrals. I hired Cindy Nixon within 3 weeks of being with Prudential, being with eXp, because we had 40 referrals I brought in, and I knew quickly I was going to be in trouble because I can't handle them all, do a great job, and still be able to bring in more business. So I brought in Cindy, and about every 6 weeks for the last 3.5 years, we've had to add staff, and we now have over 47 full-time staff members in Revenos, and all we do is bring in business and drive it to you. We do not compete with our agents. If you're doing business with a company and that company wants to do business with Revenos, we protect our agents. We've done that with Home Story and a number of our clients because we don't interfere with business driving it to our agents. We want to make sure that either we can expand your business, but we don't want to interfere with any business you may currently have. So just putting that aside, The second year we brought in 5,300 referrals. Last year we were just shy of 23,000 referrals. And this year this month, we're going to hit 20,000 referrals, and we're not even halfway through the year. So our run rate right now is between 40 and 50,000 referrals, and there's no other company I can very confidently say that I know of that's doing that. And we don't reduce your commissions. There is a referral fee if we bring in business, but let's say it's Home Story, Rocket, Zillow, corporate relocation. We give you the referral. We ask you if you'd like to take it. There's a referral fee that the relocation management company will charge. Could be anywhere from 37.5% to even 45% now. Revenos will add either 5 or 10% on top of that, depending if you were requested, it's 5%. If we have to search for an agent, we're going to charge 10%. We never go over 55%. So our piece, the Revenos or company piece, is only 5 to 10%. And by the way, we will pay it out at your normal commission split if you're at 80-20 or you're capped. Whereas most companies will go ahead and charge you like a 50 or 55% referral fee and bump your commission back to a 50-50 or 60-40 split. So when you're attracting other agents, we out of the gate offer more and a much better product on corporate referrals than any other company that I'm aware of. Okay.
Hey, Dawn, are you sharing your screen yet?
I'm not, but I will go ahead and do that for you.
Perfect. I just want to make sure you weren't going through slides yet.
No, thank you for bringing that to my attention, because I get excited and then I haven't done it yet, but that's okay. Here you go. How's that for you?
Yep.
Okay, so there's eXp revenue. So I went over a little bit of what we started, and this is part of the team. It started with me. I brought in Cindy Nixon, and then everybody else you see there. Most of them are licensed, even though they cannot practice. If you are working on the Revenos team, you are not allowed to handle referrals, take any business. They can't be an active listing or selling. Everything has to be referred out to our agents, even our own personal business. Now, if it's my mother or my own house, that's different. I let my team handle their own properties that they own, which is like 1 or 2 a year. But if it's your neighbor, my friend, I just had a friend who wanted to list an $800,000 house. And what I did, I said, yes, I'm going to take it, but I'm going to give it to my top agent in the market. And by the way, she was a new agent. There was nobody in my town that actually was with eXp that had any experience that was close by. And so I ended up actually coaching her through the whole thing. And it just closed, by the way. And she was very excited, biggest house she's ever sold. So we don't compete with our agents in that way. I think it's an inherent conflict of interest if we bring in leads and we also are handling business. So we don't do that. Which is much different than most other companies. So here's the team. When we talk about Bundle Select and I talk about the concierge team, this is the power that you have behind you. Okay, so you'll see this. And these are the different business units that are now part of affiliated services under Revenos. eXp Relocation I started 3.5 years ago. eXp Affinity. eXp Bundle Select, we just started that like last November. Institutional Investment Services, we started that last year. Making It Rain has been here, and Express Offers. Those two are the companies that currently existed when I joined eXp, but we've made some dramatic changes in those. eXp REO, by the way, if you're in the REO business, there's not a lot of business out there right now unless you're a Fannie, Freddie, or HUD agent. And Honor Military's Reward, we'll talk about that too. So let's go over the different types of business, and then I'm going to drill down onto Bundle Select, which is really our newest type of business and the one that's really doing extremely well, and really excited about it. So corporate relocation, of course, is when somebody's being transferred by their company. The company's paying for the move. There's reasons that they use a relocation management company, and they don't just go directly to agents 99% of the time. The reason is they don't get their tax benefits unless they go through an IRS 11-step guideline and a relocation tax program. So it's governed by the IRS. That's why any forms that we do, our contracts and everything else, I keep my own system in e-relocation, even though you get paid out of SkySlope. If we give you any business for any of these business units, you will always put them in SkySlope because that's how we pay you your commission. But we will always keep everything in also in e-relo. Yes, you're going to have to send contracts twice, but e-relo is our CRM that when and if a transferee, or we do a lot of business with government service agencies, and you being in Colorado, you understand that because our government service agency is all over there. they're subject to audit. If they get audited, our documentation is on call. So we have to make sure that we are always in prime condition to be able to service them in any way that they need. So that's corporate relo. Affinity is people that move outside of corporate relocation. So there are employees that work for companies that move on their own. Actually, about 65% of the population moves on their own outside of corporate relo. Who helps them? Well, you do, of course, but do we offer them concierge service? Now we do. We didn't in the past, but now we do through Bundle Select. Bundle Select is the tools that we provide and give you so that you can go out and you can market to organizations and companies a real estate benefit platform and service to offer directly to their employees, and it's free. Free to the company, free to the employees. We'll go in more of that in a minute. Making it rain. For those of you that have experience with making it rain, we've made a lot of changes and we're continuing to do so. That's where you pay a monthly fee of between $250 or $1,200 up to $1,200 a month. And it's on a month-to-month basis. You can do it for 1 month and never do it again, or you can do it. Many agents do it as part of their normal business. But we will go ahead and create digital marketing campaigns for you on social media. We will run that for you. All those leads come into you directly with no referral fee because you're paying a monthly fee up front. Institutional investment services. Have any of you been working with Kelvin or Mark? I see Trish, you raised your hand. No? So we've done over 5,000 BPOs for them in the last 4 to 5 months. And why? Because these are institutional investors. These are not banks. Well, some of them could be banks, but these are mostly the hedge funds, the largest ones that you know about and very small ones. In fact, there's some in Colorado and many in New York, but they are the largest rental landlords in the United States. They buy and sell properties, and who should be better served to handle those properties when they want to buy or sell them except eXp agents. So that is another division we have. And express offers, that's where we actually provide a marketplace of iBuyers that can allow you to connect your sellers with an institutional buyer. It used to be a very difficult process. It was a good idea, but the how the process worked was not. Wasn't fluid. It took days. Sometimes you never even got an answer if you submitted a house to an institutional buyer. You might never get an answer. That's ridiculous. Our goal and what we're working at right now is that if you have an offer, you have a property that is on the market and you want to go ahead and the seller wants to sell it, we're going to try and connect you with an institutional buyer in minutes. And you could have a cash offer in minutes. That's where we're working towards right now. And you'll see a lot of changes in that over the next 2 quarters. REO, of course, real estate owned, bank owned properties, foreclosures. Not a lot of business there. People are still holding out for it. I mean, I've always ridden the crest of the wave with REOs or relo, whatever the market was. I did, kept me in business. I never was hungry, but right now REOs, that is not where the business is, unless you're one of the few in the United States that the banks will go to, or HUD, Fannie, or Freddie. So as I mentioned in corporate relo, we match you to the corporate transferees. We have about 15 to 30 minutes to place that referral. If you're not available and we send you a text, a workplace chat, or a call, if you can't answer it live, send us a text or workplace chat answer back right away. Yes, I'll take the referral. What do you need? We have a referral in Nashville, Tennessee. Kathy Carter's going to send me a text back. Yes, I can take that. I'm with customers or I'm at a closing right now. I won't be free until after 2. We can go back then and tell the transferee, hey, we've got a great agent in your market. She's going to be able to accept these, she will call you back. She's at a closing right now. She'll call you back after 3 o'clock today. So that has saved her from us having to go to another agent, because if we don't hear back from you in 15 to 30 minutes, we have to go to the next agent. And why? If we don't go ahead and get that customer assigned out within the first 60 minutes, so to speak, the chances of it converting to a closed sale drop dramatically, like below 50%. And these are hot leads when we get them. So if we go ahead and we can reach you right away and you answer, the chances of it closing are really high. The chances of it not closing if we don't get you right away drop. Okay, so we've talked about relocation. Let's go to REO. These are bank-owned properties. Again, there's not a lot of business out there. If there is, we're helping, but mostly we're supporting agents that are dealing directly with the banks. Affinity, this is where the business is. We offer real estate moving services to employees or membership benefit programs. We have industry relationships with top organizations, but you have your sphere of influence. You know the decision makers at companies. You're either married to, you're related to, you're friends with, your neighbors to, you play bridge with, you play golf, whatever it is, paddleball. You know people that are decision makers at companies. They would love a free real estate and moving services program for their employees at no cost to them, saves their employees 20% or more. That is what Bundle Select does for you. So there's one training module for this. By the way, for Relo and REO, there's 4 training modules. They're all free. Okay, we offer them all the time. Institutional investment services. This is a division we're growing like crazy. In fact, they're all growing right now. But this is where we help institutional investors and operators either scale their acquisitions or their disposition needs. Either we're going to help them buy or help them sell properties. These properties are vacant. It's not property management. They were rental properties, and now they're with the cap rates being what they are. It no longer makes the same sense as it did 2 or 3 years ago to hold and rent. So they're selling, and we want to be the ones that handle those referrals and drive them to you. And those are the best motivated sellers out there. Honors Military Reward. We came up with a website about 1.5 years ago, but we didn't have everything we needed to do it from the marketing side. So it is now being refreshed and it's going to be launched. We are helping military installations. In fact, we're working with the mil.net group. If any of you are spouses of military or active retired military, to go ahead and help capture that business. There's a lot of business. About 15% of the people that move every year are military. We should be capturing that business and have some formal programs for them, and we do now. Okay, express offers, we talked about proprietary website that we can go ahead and connect the sellers with institutional buyers for cash offers, and making it rain, doing the digital marketing campaigns for you. You pay up front and no referral fee on the back end. But let's get to the meat and potatoes. Why are you here? It's all about leverage. And how can you help leverage your relationships? So let's learn, where is the business right now today? When I first started real estate, and Jeff, you know, when you said I was over 30 years, yeah, you're dating me a little bit. So I'm a little bit younger than 30 years in the industry, but I was about 3 when I started. But it used to be 17% of the population moved every year. Right now it's 8.9%. So it's a lot less, but there's still 27 to 28 million people who move every single year. And out of that, only 20% are corporate relos. So those of you that hang your hat on, I'm relo, why aren't I getting any business? Well, guess what? It's only 20% of the business that's moving every year is corporate relo in your market. 15% is military, but 65% or over 17 million people move every year. That is the largest piece of business in real estate that's moving, and we have formal programs to go after that. That's the business we're going to focus on right now. What is Affinity? It's real estate moving services offered to employees or members of organizations. We are taking the relocation concierge, high VIP service, and we're offering that to the everyday buyer and seller because they're not getting that from your other competitors. The employees are not moving because of their job, they're moving on their own. We match that customer with a Bundle Select certified agent. The client is eligible to receive a reward in states where it's legal. And I believe it is legal in your state. It is legal in your state. Tennessee, it is only legal if it is a credit to your commission credit. You cannot pay cash though. In other states, it could be a reward, it could be cash back. There are about 10 states it's not allowed. But we are working in the states that there are conditions to it. For example, New Jersey, there's a form that has to be signed up front. And other states, there are forms that must be at closing. And so we make sure that those requirements are met for whatever state you're in. The client's eligible to receive a reward or a credit concession at closing. The rewards can be used towards closing costs with lender approval, and the individuals are responsible for the full cost of their move. And just remember, this is not a corporate relo program because relocation is when people are moving because of a job, the company's paying for their move generally. Affinity business is everybody else that moves outside of corporate relo. They're moving on their own and they're paying for the costs. So affinity business can leverage your sphere of influence. And how can that happen? How can you make more money? How can you increase your business through this? And basically, Affinity offers a free human resource benefit to corporations or membership organizations. We offer free real estate services to employees or members that move outside of corporate relo. They're moving on their own. It's not a job-related move. And let's talk about how that happens. And I want to go ahead and ask the question, have you ever thought of having a corporation or organization promote you to their employees or members? So instead of you going out and farming your neighborhood after you sell a house in that neighborhood and you pay $1,000 to go ahead and send out your farming cards or whatever you're doing to that, have you ever thought of having a corporation promote you to their employees? So Bundle Select does that exactly. And here's how it works. Instead of you paying Zillow or the other companies thousands and thousands of dollars a month for leads that may not be the highest quality that you'd like, Bundle Select will help you go after companies and corporations. So you know you've got employed people, right? Or people that belong to organizations, and help you go ahead and capture them. I'm just going to go ahead and show this so you can see what it looks like. Let me see if, yes, so here it is. So would you believe that Matt Eisenberg went ahead and he had a contact at Progressive? This was the first company that we signed through Bundle Select. Matt had a contact at Progressive. He asked him, hey, would you like, if we can save your employees 20% or more when they buy or sell a home? This isn't corporate relo. Corporate relo is a whole nother thing. This isn't talking about corporate relo. This is only talking about the 65% of the population that moves every year through on their own. And so this is sitting on Progressive's corporate intranet site in front of, I've heard they've got 35,000 employees. I've heard they've had 50,000 employees. Either way, Matt Eisenberg is in front of a heck of a lot of employees for $1,000, because that's what Bundle Select cost is, to have access to all the tools. So Matt Eisenberg is on. This is exactly what the employee sees on the corporate website, and this is how it works. They can save 20% or more in fees when they buy or sell a home. And by the way, this is all disclosed on the closing disbursement authorization and on the settlement statement. Everything is disclosed. I want nothing to trail the closing. I want everything to be upfront. And we work with legal. In fact, I'm in touch with eXp legal on a daily basis to make sure that we are absolutely doing everything perfectly, because I've got all these states, and now our agents want to roll it out in Canada and Puerto Rico. And so, but here's how it works. This is the site that the employee sees. Again, you can have it with eXp Bundle Select, or you can just have it with Bundle Select if they prefer to have what I call a white labeled site. You can have your name and information here brought to you by your name, your license number brokered by eXp, or we can have no agent information here. It's up to the company. And here's where it starts. The employee sees they'll save 20% or more in fees when they buy or sell a home. And I'm going to play a video for you that the employee would watch. But here's what they also see. So they can buy, they can sell, or they can buy and sell. And we're going to show them how much they're going to save. So Jeff, in your market area in Colorado Springs, what would be the typical sales price of a house that somebody might want to sell?
Say 425.
Okay, so I'm going to go to 425. What would be the sale of the house that they want to buy?
The house they want to buy?
Yeah. Actually, I'm working. Here you go. How much would they like to buy?
Let's say they're buying 650, moving up.
Okay. That's pretty good. So let's say 650, and then let's go and see how much would a mortgage be on the $650,000 house? What would the mortgage amount be?
Oh gosh, let's just say they put down the equity from their house. Let's say they put down, I don't know. Let's say they put down 100,000.
Okay, so they're going to have a $550,000 mortgage.
Yeah, I don't know. Make it. Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay, or I can put down less. It's up to you. But
Yeah.
this shows you. So if their house price was 425 that they're selling, if their house that they're buying is 650,000, they're going to get 20% on the sell side. They're going to get 20% of the agent's commission, your agent's commission on the buy side, if you're lucky enough to get both ends. And they're also going to get 100 bips, which is $1,000 per $100,000 mortgage amount back as a discount on the mortgage through Success Lending. Only if they use Success Lending. If they use it, they can use any lender of their choice. But if they use Success, Success is giving them back a huge amount of money. This is the amount back that they would get, $10,875. It is subject to lender approval because they cannot get back more than what they would be paying in closing costs. Okay, and they would look at each transaction as an individual transaction, not bundling it here, even though you see it. But what Progressive employees get is they save 20% or more when they buy or sell a home. We use top-rated realtors and lenders and title professionals. You pick the title professional in your market. Again, it's the buyer's choice of lenders. We hope you would introduce Success Lending so they can see the potential savings. Priority 800 number for Progressive employees, dedicated concierge service, and that's Revenos. When you're out buying and selling homes and you're showing homes, Revenos, my team, is handling all of those referrals through our referral engine, the Revenos engine that we built, because we handle 4,000 to 5,000 referrals a month. We handle those referrals, and because you signed that company up, Matt signed that company up, all those referrals in his market go directly to him at a 25% referral fee. 20% to the buyer seller, 5% to Revenos, or his back office. If Matt either doesn't choose to handle those referrals or those referrals are outside of his market area, we go ahead and we'll refer them out. If Matt gives us a list of his downline or agents he wants me to go ahead and use, we will use those agents. He has to give me that list up front when we set up this account. And then we will go to those agents first. They have to be Bundle Select certified though, so they know the program. If there is nobody, we will go ahead and refer it out to a Bundle Select certified agent first, subscriber, or a Bundle Select certified agent or a relocation certified agent, because with one of those, we're going to have a number of agents available. We're going to charge them a 30% referral fee though. And why? Because 20% is going to go back to the buyer seller, 5% is going back to Matt Eisenberg on every sale through Progressive, and 5% to eXp Revenos. Go ahead, Jason. I see your hand is up in Boulder, Colorado.
Thank you. So quick question. As we grow our organization and expand our footprint, can we update that list, or is this like you have it and that's it?
No, you can update the list. This is a moving target. This is not to be punitive to our agents at all. This is to go ahead and help you grow your business. And as you're growing, if you're growing business because of this, we want to help you continue to do it. And by the way, when you've got agents that you're attracting and they're like on the fence, I'm happy to go in and make a presentation on Bundle Select. And I can tell you that so far they've all come over because they said, we've never seen anything like this before. Because they're already thinking how they can grow their business. They don't have this opportunity, right?
Great,
So,
thank you.
You're welcome. Good question. So we offered the concierge services, discounts on moving services. We are working with United Van Lines, but I'm also bringing in right now local movers, U-Haul, Penske, Pods, things like that for self-movers, because we can help them save money on that. If they need relocation, we can do that. Complimentary real estate financing through Success, complimentary one-on-one educational webinars, and group educational webinars. So when I've done this for police departments, fire departments, school districts, Sloan Kettering, and other places, I went in and offered first-time homebuyer seminars. I did it either via Zoom or I did lunch and learns. I actually went into their companies. The HR would set it up for me, invite everybody. I'd go into the cafeteria. There'd be 200 people, nurses, doctors, janitors with eating their lunches. They would bring, I didn't buy the lunch, they brought their own. And I gave them an overview on the New York City real estate market, because that was the market I was in for 9 years. I don't promote me. I don't promote the company, right? I of course, introduce myself. Hi, I'm Don Conciatori with eXp Realty, but I wasn't there saying, well, let me tell you about me, and I've done this, and I've done that. I didn't do that. That's not what they want to hear. They want to hear about whatever you're talking about, your focus is, which is the real estate market, right? So whatever you're talking about, how can I buy a home as a first-time home buyer? You have those opportunities, and the companies are allowing our agents to go in and do that. They will not give you lists of their employees. They cannot, because of personal information, and don't ask for it from them, because they will probably shut you right down. But what they will do is go ahead and give you an opportunity many times to come in and speak, or teach their employees on how to buy a home. Now here is we also go back and restate what their savings is and where it comes from. They're getting $3,250 back on the buy side, $2,125 on the sell side, $5,500 on the mortgage side through Success, for again, 10,875. If they do not use the real estate savings back towards the mortgage at all, they keep it totally separate as a separate reward. It's not subject to lender approval, although everything is subject to lender approval, really. But if they do use it towards their closing costs or towards a down payment in the transaction, then it is subject to lender approval, and that's why we have the asterisk there. Okay, and so let's go back, and the website goes all the way down. It's got everything here, a little bit more information about what they're savings, how it works, using the pricing sliders, and then we also have all the compliance things, our terms of use, our privacy policy, everything that our legal department has gone through. And if you're in California, Texas, some of the other states, there are certain compliance things that have to be on the website for our agents. But I want to go back and show you the video. This video is, of course, from the employee's perspective. And actually, we're just updating them right now to match perfectly what our website shows the employees. But let me go ahead and play this for you. And I believe I've got this share button on. Let me know if you cannot hear it right away, okay? I think it's going to be on. Let's see.
Have you ever wondered why traditional real estate
Can you hear it?
transactions can be so time-consuming, confusing, and expensive, and why the whole process is so low-tech? Get ready for that to change with eXp and Bundle Select. Bundle Select puts the entire process under your control, all in one place. Our platform saves you time and money by bringing trusted realtors and lenders together to simplify the process and compete for your business. It doesn't matter if you're buying or selling a home. Just enter a few details about your transaction. You'll immediately see the benefit of bundling services because you'll automatically save 20% or more compared to traditional market pricing. Even if you already have a realtor, you can still benefit by using Bundle Select to find everything else you need. After your submission, you'll be contacted by an eXp concierge who will assemble the perfect team of providers for your transaction and confirm your final savings. The eXp concierge will act as your advocate throughout the entire process, ensuring a seamless transaction from sign up to closing. Let Bundle Select take the headache out of buying or selling your home, all while saving you money. Bundle Select, it's home made easy.
So, it says if you already have an agent, and that's not to, what you want. And I think what the goal should be is that you want every employee in Progressive, if they have a real estate need, to go to this site, right? So if they already have an agent, but they need a mortgage, well, they can still go ahead and use the site, or they can still go ahead and use it for the moving tools. But the whole goal is to drive it there so that you can make money on every transaction. That's the whole goal, whether you're handling them or not, or whether somebody else in eXp is handling them for you. And the concierge team, we are your back office. That 5% that you pay us on every transaction, that's what the Revenos team does for you. Okay, so let's get going, and I'm going to go back to
Dawn, can I ask something real fast?
Absolutely, go ahead.
So, and I just want to make sure, and I think I get this, but like
Yeah.
here's Matt in Ohio. He had a contact at Progressive, so Progressive jumped on this. Let's say, and again, so Matt can deal with the Ohio people,
Right.
or they're in his market. So let's say there's somebody in Montana,
Mhm.
and he might have somebody that he sponsored into eXp,
Right.
who's also certified Bundle Select, so they could handle somebody in Montana.
Yep.
Progressive. So Matt would get the 5% referral fee for
Yes.
that, but then I guess he would also get the revenue share because of just
Yes.
the way eXp is set up. But also, just if there, even if it goes to an agent who's outside of his organization in eXp, he's still going to get that 5% off every deal that any Progressive employee would use if they use Bundle Select. Is that right?
Correct. So that's why, Jeff, you don't have to just look in your local market. Your sphere of influence could span anywhere in the United States.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it starts opening up the doors, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys can't sleep tonight, it's not my fault. Because I've had people send me text messages at midnight saying, I can't sleep because I'm thinking about, and is this how it really works? So to me, it's so exciting because universities. Okay, so we have University of Alabama, we have University of Indiana. Do you know you can offer it to the staff, you can offer it to the students, you can offer it to the alumni, retirees. I mean, it's endless where this goes. We have companies that are actually offering it to their customer bases now. They want to offer this. We have an agent, by the way, who has two very good reasons to have a great relationship with an adoption agency. And those beautiful reasons, he wanted to give back to them. So he went ahead and he said, I'd like to offer this to the parents that adopt children through this agency. And we've set that up that way.
Wow.
So, and this is great for a 401, for donors, right, that are going ahead and supporting nonprofits. We will not donate back to the nonprofit, but we'll go ahead and give that 20% back to whoever the donor is, that could be a donor. They can go ahead and give it back to the nonprofit and get the tax write-off. Okay. So there's ways of building it with churches. We have a number of churches, by the way, that have signed up. So it's exciting to think where this could go. So let's go back. I want to show you the site that that is the site that you present to the corporate client. This is a site you present to the corporate client. And this site actually has a video, and it talks about, do you know Adobe, Salesforce, and Visa were companies that were already part of the Bundle Select offering when we acquired it. So how do we get Bundle Select? So Bundle Select was a client of ours, Matt Stewart from California, said, hey, I've got a friend, he needs some help handling referrals. The company's Bundle Select, can we help him? Sure, Matt, bring him in. He brought them in. We didn't have a Bundle Select program then. But what we did have was, I knew that I was going to be creating this. It was just a matter, and this was my impetus to go ahead and get it going. Leo came, and that gave me a lot of opportunity to do it. So here we're handling Bundle Select. I've handled already 60 referrals for them. I'm like, this is cool. This is what I've always done in my career. And now I have the tools to do it. And these tools are great. I want to give them to our agents. So I said to Leo, I want to go ahead and I want to have our agents subscribe to use these tools. This website, which is the corporate client website, the agent website, which is a progressive website, the white label site we create for you. And then the two videos, there's a video for this site for the client, say, that talks to the HR director or the decision maker, which I'll play for you again. But it came over with Adobe, Salesforce, and Visa, Perks at Work, and a number of other companies already part of Bundle Select. So we've still got business coming in. But to me, I could go out and hire people like me. How can I drive more business to our agents? I can hire more people like me, but I can't cover every market. And we've got an army, a virtual army of what, 87, 83, 90,000 agents. What if I went ahead and gave you the tools to go ahead and do this for a very reasonable price? And then I found out agents are paying thousands of dollars to all these other companies to pay for leads that are not very good quality leads. And I thought, well, what if I offer them something that costs a lot less, has better quality leads, they control the relationship, and they own it. And if you retire and leave eXp, as long as your license stays with eXp in either the referral network, we have 2 referral networks you can go into. If you keep your license here, I can still pay your referral fee from business from this. So it becomes almost a legacy, which I think is pretty amazing. This, by the way, is not something when you go ahead and sign a client, it's going to happen tomorrow. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. Look at how I signed up the referrals from 3.5 years ago to today. 1,250 the first year, 5,300 the next year. Last year was shy of 23,000. This year we're already at 20,000. This month we're already at 19,000, like 900 and something. So to me, it's the long run, and that's what you do. And I didn't bring in 20,000 referrals in 6 months in previous times. I get better each year, right? This is how we do it. And this is an opportunity. It's not going to be for everybody. Bundle Select's not going to be for every agent. But I'll tell you what, there's an agent that I know of in a state close to you guys. The agent should never write a contract. She's not good at real estate. She's just not good at doing it. She's just not, as a broker of record, I would be worried, right? Because she's just not, doesn't have the experience. But guess what she has? She has the best contacts in the world. Her father is this, her uncle is that, and the person her partner is another very big decision maker. And what is she doing? All she's doing is signing up these companies. So there's an opportunity for an agent that may not be successful. They may not be an icon agent, but guess what? There's another way of making money now for them. For something to think about for agents that, have had trouble in the past. They just haven't clicked yet. This is an opportunity. They may have great contacts. So something to think about. Okay. So we went ahead and acquired Bundle Select. We were ready to go ahead and have our agents subscribe to it. But guess what? They came to me right before we bought it, right before we signed the subscription contract. somebody was trying to buy his company. I went to Leo and I said, Leo, we got to own this. We can't let this go. And he was like, oh. And I'm like, Leo, you were the biggest Keller Williams agent for 9 years on REO. You own those accounts. We're going to help our agents own these accounts. And this is how. He goes, let's get it. And we did. And we're very happy we did that. We have over 100 websites that are active currently. Companies have active across the US. We have about another 20 that have said yes. And we have over 2,000 companies that agents are working right now, which is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket of all the companies that are available out there. Your dentist, who cuts your hair, who does your nails, all those people have no real estate benefits. If you got one transaction from one of the companies, that pays for your bundle select for 5 to 10 years, the cost. So it's a good deal. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the bundle select. Let's go back to what we're doing, and I'm going to stop sharing, go back to the first screen so that I can show you here we go. We go back to this one and present this to you and get back to how to make this program work. And we're going to go ahead and talk about it. So this is how you make it work. We're going to go ahead and go over the 7 steps. So we talked about, have you ever thought of having the company promote you? Well, now you have. And introducing Bundle Select. So excited to have it with us. It's a great tool for our agents. And what do? We bundle the lender, the realtor, and the title and escrow. We want you as the agent there to choose the title and escrow company that you prefer to work with when you have a choice. Success Lending is the company that will go ahead and give money back or give discounts back at close towards the mortgage. And if you want to go ahead and have that, you're not seeing this screen, so let me go and share it with you. There you go. So we want to go ahead and support them whenever we can, but the buyer has choice. They can use any lender, and if you want to promote a lender, just don't tell them they're getting back the money unless your lender wants to do it, and I guarantee they won't do what Success is doing. And let's go to the next one. So the next slide is, who are the affinity clients? Who are people that you can go to and work this with? Financial institutions, membership organizations, employees, corporations, military members and families, fire departments, police departments, local hospitals, school districts, gyms, stores, churches. Where do you buy your coffee? Starbucks. All those are employees that are not getting real estate services. They're not getting 20% or more back. So using your sphere of influence, you can make a difference. How do you do that? By becoming an agent who generates an account. We call it an AGA. And what does that mean? So on the relocation side, on my side, I would be the AGA for the whole company, and you'd pay me handsomely. What I'm doing is I'm teaching you how to be an AGA, and you pay me 5%. Not me, of course, personally. It's the company, of course. But how do you do that? You identify and manage the client relationship. We are the back of the house for you. I do not have the relationship with your contact. I will have the contact information, but because I have to protect you from another person registering the same contact and trying to work the company that you bring in with us. But what we do is, what's the value of being an AGA? Agent who generates the account, you control the relationship. It gives you more exposure in your local market. And actually for Matt Eisenberg, nationally, he's got national exposure. It's increasing his market share. More people are seeing him. It can become more closings. It minimizes your referral fees. You're only paying 25% versus 40 or 50%. Puts more money in your pocket. What's the benefit to the company or the organization? It's a free human resource benefit for their members or employees. It has zero cost. We don't even ask them to sign a contract. All we do is we give them a link to a customized website. We ask them to put it on their corporate intranet site, and they love it. It's an additional resource they can offer their members or employees. It costs them nothing. We provide a reward and concierge services to them. It saves our employees and members money when they buy or sell, and it's no cost to them. And Jeff, all these slides are also in our Bundle Select subscriber group. Okay, we've got all the information there. So you'll see this. What's the benefit to the employer member? The employee receives a reward at close, or depending on the state, may have a different name. It could be a cash back, it could be a commission reduction, whatever it is, but they receive something back that they're not normally getting. They'll receive concierge level services. It's 20% or more. The agent delivers outstanding service. That's you, and the services are free. What's the benefit to you? It's a new source of business you can offer. It allows you to work at the corporate level. Many of agents have wanted to do that. Corporations or organizations will promote you to their employees or members. Again, it increases your market share. It's reducing your referral fee by almost half, from 50% to about 25%, and it puts more money in your pocket. Excuse me, the benefit is free to the corporation and the member. Now, go ahead and scan this. This is a referral calculator that you can use for any company that you get a referral from. Take a peek at it right now, take a scan at it, and the numbers can change. You can put the sales price in you want, you can put the commission in that you want, you can put the referral fee in that you want. So the referral fee, you see the client referral fee is 20%. That goes back to the buyer or seller, and the 5% goes to revenues. And we're paying you at your split 80-20, or if you're capped. And it shows you, and if it's a 50% referral fee, you can see you're losing about $3,000 per transaction. So this is a lot more money in your pocket. How does the program work? You have to know the program first. Step one, know what you're talking about. Know how the program works. Know the benefits to the clients and employees. You are the market expert. You need to practice your elevator pitch. So I can sit there and tell you, have you ever thought of having, of offering a free human resource benefit to your employees or to your members that will help them save 20% or more when they buy or sell a home? And guess what? It's free. It costs you nothing. It costs them nothing. And they'll go, no, not really. How much is it going to cost? It really costs them nothing. I mean, they buy the house or they sell the house, but there's no cost to them to having this. Step two is identifying and utilizing your sphere of influence. Who do you know? You need to create your top hit list. I have picked 5 to 10. Some people get overwhelmed, but if you have 20, you go ahead and make a list of 20 or 25 of your hit list, right? Who are your people that you know? Identify those local companies or organizations that you have relationships with people there. Identify your targets in a list. Write it down. List the people by names, their titles, their contact info, and the company name. And also, I also ask, know how many employees that they have. By the way, this is good for one employee, a company that has one employee, or a company that has 1 million employees. It doesn't matter. We can offer it. Make sure you're talking to the right person at the corporation or organization. If not, make sure they can get you to the right person. But don't call yet. You're not ready. Step 3 is attending this specialized training. You're doing it right now. Jeff, if you give me the names of the people attending this training right now, I'll go ahead and bundle select certify them. Okay. I need their names and their email addresses. Okay. Their eXp email addresses. We don't use the other ones. So we need the eXp because that sets them up in the system. You want to practice your 60-second elevator pitch, and you want to practice in front of the mirror. It really works. If you don't think if you have trouble getting in front of somebody or getting it down to how you can say it quickly, I would use flashcards like this, right? And get them in front of the mirror and talk to yourself. It's hard to do. Once you do that, can you imagine at one point in time in my life, I had trouble talking in front of people. Yeah, I was in the 6th grade. I didn't want to do my book report and I cut school and got caught. When I got caught, my mom said, what's going on? I said, I have to do a book report and I don't want to talk in front of people. I'm scared. And she said, go in the bathroom and talk to the mirror like you're talking to me. And I did. So, and it worked well. So, okay. Next step 4, register your affinity client. The corporation, you're going to register your client and your contact. It goes in a proprietary list that nobody sees but my immediate bundle select team. And what that does is we're going to give you written confirmation that it's been approved. Why do you register? Here's the registration form. The reason you register is because you don't want 4 people going and talking to the University of Boulder at the same time. That would make us look pretty silly. And I want to protect you. If you bring in a client and you're working with them and somebody else tries to register that client and bring them in, a month later or even a day later, you should be protected. You should have an opportunity to work that client, to bring that company in and to offer them this program and be successful. And it's worked because we actually have a date stamped and timed when you register clients and companies. And an alpha agent did come in and tried to get another agents that were in their downline and wanted to push somebody out. It was a small agent who was not even an Icon agent. They were working really hard, and she had a great contact, and she was working it like crazy, and they wanted to bump her out. And they were trying to put a little pressure on me, and I said no. And I went to Leo and said, Leo, this is not fair. This is not right. We need to do the right thing here. And he said, you bet you do it. Make sure the right thing happens. So the company supports protecting you if you register a client. We will send you back an acknowledgement you are approved, and this is your client to work for Bundle Select, okay? Now you're ready to make the call. You've protected yourself with that client. You've practiced your elevator pitch. You know how the program works. Make the call to your contact. Hey, or go out to lunch with them, whatever it is, connect with them. Outline how the program works, but be quick. You got a couple minutes to talk to them about it. Know the details and the key things. It's free to you and your employees. Your employees or members are going to save 20% or more. It comes out of my commission. We're giving back. And there's a concierge component with this too that they don't get with any other real estate services. So you present the Bundle Select platform. By the way, those two platforms that I just showed you, the Bundle Select one, that's the client, that's what you present to your client. Do you know if you follow the platform, it gives you every line by line on what to say. It's almost like brain dead. You can do it. And I had somebody who says, I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. So we got the platform up there, and I said, go ahead and talk to me about this platform. You're telling me about this Bundle Select site. Talk to me about it. And she went through it, and she goes, oh, it's not hard at all. I said, yes, it's that easy. By the way, when we go and present this, John Pacilio and I have presented 3 times together. I will go and help you present to your first couple of clients, by the way, until you feel comfortable doing this. Because if you hear it once or twice, I go in as your back office. I'm there to help support you. You own the call. You manage the call. You introduce me and say, here, she's going to talk a little bit about how the platform works. I'll go ahead and do that. And then the next time you're up in front of a client, if you hear it, if you're like me and a visual auditory person, I need to hear and see it, and then I can go ahead and relate it very easily. So you go ahead and make the call and connect, and you present the platform. And the initial call, if you haven't talked to somebody in a while, this is just an example. Hey, our new employee real estate benefit program is free to your company and free to your employees. Helps them save money. Is this a good time to chat, or what time of the day this week works best? If you have somebody on the phone, or you're talking to them and they don't have time at that moment, if they do have time, number one, have your website ready to go right into the display with them and to present to them. If they don't have time, nail them down to a time and place this week that they'll talk to you. Don't say, please call me back. They won't. They're too busy. And this is not on the top of their radar. So you want to nail them down at that moment that you talk to them. Hey, is tomorrow for you at 12 o'clock or Thursday at 2? Which time is best for you? I'm free at those times. And they'll say, how about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning? Okay, that's great. Because you got them on the spot and they're going to want to do it. Okay, you've done it. You've made the presentation. Guess what? The company says yes. Most of them are saying yes, which is amazing. In fact, when John Pacilio and I were doing it in front of one of the companies, they said, why wouldn't we want to do this? And John and I both looked at each other. We tried not to smile. We were both like, that's what we think. Why wouldn't you want to do it? And they did. So you send the company, there's a 1-page sign-up form. It's not a contract. It's a 1-page. We ask them for their logo, and we ask them for how do you want the company name promoted to your employees or members? And they put it in here, and that they press submit. It goes directly to you and directly to our web designers, who immediately start creating the customized website. It normally takes 5 to 7 days, but it really takes about 2 days, and we'll have it to you. I send it back to you. I look at it. The web designer tells me it's ready. I look at it. I say, this looks good. I send it immediately to you in workplace chat or email, and you forward it over to your client. Remember, you manage the relationship, not me. And again, they cannot receive the reward without it being on the CDA, having commission reduction requests, the New Jersey form for those of you in New Jersey, the Tennessee form. So we make sure that the right things are happening. Step 7, once the details have been solidified, we create the white label website and we send it back to you. And then the program is launched. That's when the meat and potatoes really come in, because we can go ahead and put the website up on Progressive. But if Matt doesn't do anything to make sure that the employees are hearing about it, is there an announcement from the head of HR? Do they go ahead and promote it once a month or once a quarter? Can he go ahead and offer a lunch and learn? All those things we have available for you in a package. So currently, I say we have 6 million. We're over 9 million employees right now on the Bundle Select platform. Adobe, Salesforce, Perks at Work, Progressive, Indiana University, hospitals, churches, you name it. It's a proven platform. It's over 5 years old. The program works. We do have a few competitors out there, like a Perks at Work, but Perks at Work offers it to a consortium of companies. But Perks at Work is using us to also go ahead and be the realtor that they give those leads to, which is wonderful. Okay, there's $1,000 cost to have all the subscription tools for Bundle Select. All the training and everything is free, but the websites that you have and us creating all the websites, an unlimited number of websites each year is covered under that $1,000. So I had an agent saying, well, I'm paying this company $3,000 a month for leads, but they're not very good leads, quality leads. So you're telling me I can pay eXp $1,000, Bundle Select $1,000, have all these tools and services available to me. And yes, that's what we're doing. We have got a mastermind meeting that's every other week for the subscribers. We have a Bundle Select information meeting that's every other week for people that have not subscribed yet that are interested in learning more about it. The way to contact me is through Workplace Chat. I'm getting about 1,000 emails every 4 days. I can't keep up with it. So would you please Workplace Chat me, and I will always try and get back to you. Like right now, my Workplace Chat is totally full, but my emails, I can't even keep up with it. I will get back to you within 24 hours on Workplace Chat. But on emails, I can't. So the best way to reach me is Workplace Chat. And I know there are going to be many questions and we can answer those questions. We talk about how to present. This client site is your presentation. You follow it. And it's very easy to follow, and you actually scroll through it. No other agent in our competitors have a live site that they can show a client. Do they have a PowerPoint presentation? Sure. Can I give you a PowerPoint? We have this in PowerPoint if you want it and you're more comfortable. But why just be average? Let's be the exception, and let's be exceptional when we present to them with all our tools and what we're offering. Here's the demo site that we talked about. The site I showed you, that was Matt's site that we talk about. Here's a playbook. We actually have created, Kevin Kamitsky has actually created our strategy and resource playbook, which has a checklist, content guides, creative library, tutorials, every form that you need, how to go ahead and do a lunch and learn, what's successful. And we also have our advisory council, our Bundle Select Advisory Council. We post in here and we have our FAQs. So it's a live document, so don't like print it out because we're adding to it weekly as we learn. So our mastermind meeting is every other week, as I mentioned. We go over how to demo, capture, and implement the program. And it's really cool because a lot of the agents now are presenting to our agents about what they've done that's been very successful. These are all our workplace groups, by the way. If you take a picture of this, and I will send it to you, Jeff, so you can actually send to your team. If you go into and you copy each one of these, there's a pinned post in each workplace group. You want to join each group because all the referrals I've talked about, those 20,000 referrals to date this year, you have to be certified in each one of these groups. Express Offers, by the way, is an on-demand certification. The rest of them are live, but there's no cost to them. All the other companies, they charge you a lot. These you don't. So you want to go ahead. This is an important page for you. And then this is a Bundle Select certification. It doesn't matter because this isn't hooked up for us today. I just need Jeff's list of who's participated, Jeff, and that's it. So what questions do you have? I'll open up to Q&A right now.
Good stuff. There's a lot in the chat here. Let me go through a few.
I haven't been watching, so.
No, that's okay. There's
okay,
some here that we're
now
going
I can
to
see
go
it,
down. Real quick, Trish, do you want to unmute yourself and ask that question? You were asked about the 5%.
Go ahead, Trish.
Hi. Hey, Dawn. Thanks for doing this, by the way. It's really
You're welcome.
amazing to have all this built into our company and for you to come and share it with us and help us understand how we can utilize it. Question, is there a minimum size company or organization that
No.
No?
Yeah, one person. In fact, we have a painter who joined himself and wanted to put Bundle Select on his truck so that he could offer it to his customers. And I drew the line. I said, no, Bundle Select is not on us painting trucks. Not yet. That's not, I don't see that. I want it on the Progressive websites. Those are, and the 5%, is part of your, that's the 25% that you pay in referral fee. 20% goes to the buyer seller, 5% goes to eXp revenues. Okay. If it's not, and you're the agent who generated the account, but let's say you didn't generate this account and it's out of your market area. Let's say it's in Telluride. We don't have anybody in Telluride that's in here. So we find an eXp agent in Telluride that can cover that. We're going to charge them a 30% referral fee. And actually in Telluride, I might raise it because those are multi-million-dollar houses. So we might raise it so the AGA would make more money.
Okay.
Because that 5% would come back to the agent who generated that account. Okay.
So let's say you did charge 35. Does
Right.
then 20 to the buyer seller, whatever.
Right. Right.
5 to revenues and 10 to the agent, or you split that,
Yeah.
or is it the
Actually,
other way?
we've been splitting it. So far, we're
Okay.
splitting it. Okay.
Okay, great.
Because I need to make sure that we're covering our costs on this. And every time we have a website made or there's a change on a website, it's $300 for the web designers.
Okay.
And we don't charge you for that. We don't
Okay.
charge our agents anything for those. So you can bring in 20 companies and you can have 20 websites for no cost.
Okay. And
Okay.
is there a minimum commission that the agent has to charge
You
in
know,
the program?
it's commissions are negotiable,
Right.
and whatever you get, that the buyer and seller is going to get 20% of that. So in our examples, we're using 2.5%.
Okay.
That's the example. Okay. But we can change that, you know, depending if in your market, if it's higher or lower, whatever you need, we can go ahead and do that. And by the way, once you have the websites out, if there's a change that needs to be done, let's say NAR comes down with something and says, oh, this is what you have to do. We don't have to pull the websites off and change them. We can make one global change for all the websites our web designers have because these sites are live.
Cool.
And they're on, so it's pretty cool.
And just one more. How many companies are on? You said it, but I missed it.
We have, I'm going to go look. We have, I believe it's 80 companies right now that are live. And let me go, it might be 100. I'm going to go pull it down and I will, did I stop sharing? I did, right? So let me go look and see. I think we've got 120 companies that are live right now, or that have said yes. And 80, let's see, website launch. We've got, here we go. We've got 100 companies that are live, and another 20 or more that have said yes. Actually, no, it's actually 48 that have said yes, that haven't sent back their information yet. So when a company says yes, you take the form, the automated form, you send it to them, they send it back to us, but you have to follow up on it to make sure that they've sent that form back in. Because otherwise we don't know. And there's 48 of them out there now that have not come back in yet because they're signing up every day.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you so much. I'll let somebody else ask now.
Hey, Jason, Kate, go ahead, Jason, Kate. And then Taylor, we're next.
So my question revolves around very large corporations like Pepsi-Cola or Google or Ford that have individual divisions that actually operate as individual companies.
Right.
So if you sign up like a Ford, is this you have the entire corporation and that's it? Or is it you're looking at those individual business units that are separate?
If they're totally individual companies, we need them as individual companies. If they're all connected, though, and they just have different business units, you can sign up a company nationally. For example, a franchise organization. You can say, I want to sign up in and out nationally, okay? Because I know, and I'm going to go after it nationally. And you go to a franchisee and you get in that way and they help you go in. We'll try it. We'll give you an opportunity. And we've had agents that are working like some big companies, it takes 6 months. In fact, we have a company that said yes 2 months ago and we can't start it until 2025 in January. So, but that they've committed to it. They said, yes, our agent's ready. We're ready to go. We've already given the website, but they're doing a bunch of other things and they're going to roll it out all at one thing January 1st. So we're trying to be reasonable and fair. But if you say I'm only registering Pepsi in Somers, New York, he did have a place in Somers, New York. They don't have it anymore, but they did. And that's the only place I'm doing it. We're probably going to go back to you and saying, are you doing it nationally? Or are you doing it, locally? And some agents say, I just want it local. I don't care about the rest. I just want my little sphere here. And other agents are like, I'm going national. So
Thank
up to you, and we're going to try and be fair about it. Okay. All right. Thanks. Tyler?
Hey Don, this is
Hi.
Taylor.
Taylor,
Um,
hi.
so
How are
my
you?
question is, how are you? I'm doing well.
Good.
My question is, so me and my husband are a domestic team,
Yes.
and he is more of like the primary, so you know how everything goes through here.
Sure.
So is that case, does he and I both have to sign up? And if we both were to sign up, is it $1,000 each? Or
So,
is there like the one fee for the domestic team? Like how would that work for us?
sure. If you're legally in eXp, a domestic team, you pay $1,000. Whoever's name the 1,000 is the person whose name is on everything and that we communicate with. Okay. So if you know both of you can handle referrals, that's fine. But if you're the agent that generates the account, you both get the credit. How the company normally handles you as a domestic team will continue to do it. You know how commissions are paid and everything else. Back to you. But for Bundle Select, what we didn't want to have is we've got multiple teams and things like that. We didn't want to have multiple people coming to us for the same team. So we want one person who would be your designated Bundle Select contact with us, and it would be under either your name or his name. And you on the website you can have a picture. It can be the Taylor Jordan team, right? Whatever, however you're called, whatever you call yourself. You can have both your pictures, so you can have one picture with two of you and your team name on there. But we need his name if he's going to be the single point of contact for us. His name and his license number, because we need one person's name and license number on each website to be compliant. If we're doing it that way, okay?
Okay.
Agent info.
Yes, so this is more of a question that I'm really trying to understand. So he is considered the primary. So like it's like Sky Slope, all that has his name.
Okay.
I just know that I am more of the voice of our team.
Right.
So could it be that I am the contact for them?
Whoever
Or
that
does it still
$1,000
have to be his name?
No, whoever the $1,000 is paid under, that name, that's the name that will be our primary contact. It doesn't matter who's primary.
Okay. Thank you.
Or pays. Okay, good. Thank you. Hi, Kathy. Go ahead, Kathy Carter.
Hey, well, two questions. In conjunction with that question, my son is licensed and we have a loose team. We do call ourselves Carter Team Nashville, but we don't have through eXp a signed, team agreement and all that.
Sure.
However, he typically, works the client simultaneously with me, and he, gets at least a 25% referral. In that situation, does he need to get certified as well, or can it just go through me and he can work it kind of like?
So it'll go through you, but you will have designated him as an agent in Nashville or whatever market he's in. Say he's in Nashville, Smyrna. You would have designated him, so when those calls come in, we would have contacted him directly on your behalf. That's what the Red Nose team does, okay? But you would have been paid as the Bundle Select subscriber.
Okay, perfect. And then the other question unrelated to that is all the other services, the express offers, the military, all the things that you talked about, right? That where can the agents, if you could let them know, where's the best place for them to go find how to get certified for each one? I know each have their own group, but is there one place they can just go click, click, click? Like, I want to get certified for each of these things.
So you don't have to register to get certified. You just show up. And our certifications are live Zoom calls right now, except for express offers. Express offers, you do it on demand. So you would make sure you have the Revenos calendar, which I'll send to Jeff. And you want to join the workplace groups, because when we have a calling, when we had an institutional investment services, we had 1,000 BPOs we needed done, and we needed agents in certain market areas. We posted it there to our certified institutional agents. Hey, we've got 1,000 BPOs, raise your hand if you're interested. And we had agents, who raise their hands. But, and that's where we're going to communicate with you, because it's almost impossible to communicate with 87,000 people, everything. So our workplace groups are where we do communicate with you. Here's what's going on. Here's where the next training is, where we'll make all our announcements, how to reach us. Oh, there's an issue. Oh, there's a scam going on. Whatever it is, that's going to be our place to communicate with you, so that you know what's going on, because we want you to be in the best, be the best educated that you can to actually capture more business the most business that you're interested in. And if you don't know, that to me is a greater sin than knowing and not wanting to do it, right? If you don't want to do it, that's fine. But if you don't know about it, we could have gotten the information to you. So that's why basically what I spend most of my time is going out and talking like this.
Yeah, and I think it'd be helpful for us to be able to post that calendar in our Freedom team. So if you
Sure.
can get the
I'll
calendar.
send that over to Jeff,
Yeah.
and so you have that. Okay.
Here's one thing, guys. If you go into Workplace, into the Revenos group, and Dawn, you can send me whatever you need to send me, and I'll definitely get it out there. But right here in the Revenos group, guys, if you scroll down, like here's a train. You know, this was last week, whatever. But here's relocation certification module 2. That was last Thursday. It's all in here, like REO certification module 4. Is this
Jeff,
a good place?
Yeah, I'll make it even easier for you. Scroll
Yeah.
back up to the top to the pinned post.
Okay.
Cindy Nixon. Yeah.
Oops. Whoa.
Oops,
Sorry.
yeah, there you go. See where
Right
it says see more? Yeah, click on see more there. And
There you go.
everything is right there. It's got the calendar. There's a calendar, Revenos training calendar.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's got all our, here's how you join the workplace groups. So this is the place that you'd want to go to. Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. All right. And
So that
and
we
you
can
can
see.
actually, Jeff, you can actually click at the top right-hand corner of that post, the 3 buttons. I think if you click on that, it'll say copy right there.
Good.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there, copy. And you can copy the post link and send it out to
I can
everybody.
put it in our Freedom Team group.
Yeah, awesome.
There you go. Boom.
I like the name of your team, by the way.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's pretty
Great.
cool.
There we go.
How many people are on your team?
I mean, we've got over 3,000 part of Freedom Team.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I would have got dressed up. I would have put some
So-
makeup on.
Real quick, a couple things. There's a
Sure.
couple more questions, and we can go as long
Yeah.
as we need to. And whenever, Dawn, you need to leave, I know you're busy
Sure.
too. But and Trish, I know you got your hand raised. I do want to point this out. Trish is the one that pointed this out to me. I had not heard of Bundle Select, and Trish reached out to me a couple weeks ago. Hey, can we do a training on Bundle Select, whatever? And I looked it up and got a hold of Dawn. She
Great.
connected us, and that's how we got on here. I'm just putting that out there because, guys, for all of you. Any of you have an idea, or hey, can we train on this, or could you find somebody to help us with this or whatever? Please reach out to Kathy and myself. Let us know. We're happy to reach out to whoever in eXp or somebody who's an expert in
Yes.
KV Core. We've had that, whatever we need to do, and bring them in here to do trainings for us. So anyway, Trish, thank you very much for connecting. The 3 of us, you, me, and Dawn, so that we could get this up. This is awesome. So anyway, but go ahead, Trish. Ask your question. You have another question?
Real quick, first I want to say how efficient it was. I sent you a message and you got in touch with Dawn and it was set up. It was amazing.
Oh,
So
thanks.
thank you for that. And thank you, Dawn, for being here. My
Yeah.
question was the 5% that goes back to the agent
Yes.
who introduces the company. That's just on the real estate commission, right? It's not on any of the other services.
Right, just on the real estate commission now. However, we're in like phase 2 right now, but phase 3 and 4, if we have Utility Connect as a service on there, Utility Connect shares revenue back with our agents. If we have, Build a Sign or any of the other affiliate services, because they are also under me, I'm responsible for them. And you know that we've doubled, actually in the last year, we've doubled agent engagement with our affiliated services. That means our agents have made more revenue. And we had one agent who made $7,000 last year in revenue on, I believe it was Utility Connect. So yeah, because everybody that she had, had them, she recommended that, and hooked them up. So anyway, that's the way to do it. So thanks, Trish, for, by the way, inviting me, having Jeff contact me. And you should know that my daughter's in like I said, in Boulder, and I'm looking back at the pictures behind it. There's a road that goes from, where's the casino? There's a casino there, not the one outside of
Yeah, the
Boulder.
peak. Are you talking about the peak to peak?
There's a road that's a dangerous road.
Central City.
And I went from an airport there. I can't remember the name of the town. It was a little town, and there's a little casino there. And we drove. GPS took us. Waze took us. And it's a road that's like a known road with no guardrail, and like you could go right off, and it's 10,000 feet over. I was in a rental car. I had to drive the whole way. I was white knuckled, and I'm on this side, the outside with no guardrail. It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was crazy. I got to it was Telluride. I got to Telluride and I was like, oh my gosh, I need a drink. It was crazy. I love Colorado though. It's a
Let me,
beautiful
there's a couple more questions, and I don't know,
state.
there's somebody, and you're labeled in here. I don't know who it is by name. It's Samsung SM something. I don't know. I think you're unmuted. Are you able to ask your question?
WERC in any way. So what they're talking about is Bundle Select connected through Worldwide Employment Relocation Council. We're Bundle Select isn't, but eXp is, and I am, and as well as many of my Revenos team members. We are members. That is the Worldwide Relocation Organization. It's a global world relocation organization. And we are connected to that. We are members of it. In fact, Cindy just attended the last Worldwide ERC meeting, and we were with all the relocation presidents, CEOs, and the relocation counselors and things like that. So yeah,
Okay.
we belong to all those organizations.
They had one other question up here earlier, and I have a feeling this is
Yeah.
an agent who's not with the eXp. Their question is, can an agent keep working for his broker and be with Bundle Select, and then I'm just going to read this, and then eXp give referrals without a conflict of interest,
Yeah.
or do I need to sever from the brokerage in order to work with
Yeah.
eXp?
Good question. So my job as the Vice President of Affiliated Services and Revenues is to drive business to eXp agents. So I only give business to eXp agents, and my job is to make sure they're the best trained agent in the United States and in every market, so that when a client has business in your market, they would only want to give it to an eXp agent. So great question, but no, you'd need to join us in order to be able to receive eXp business. But I'd love to talk to you about it. You come over.
Sure. Good deal. Any other questions? Anybody?
Joe,
We're running long, but great stuff.
I see Joe has one. Joe Colvin,
Joe,
go ahead, Joe.
Can you unmute yourself? Unmute yourself, Joe.
Here for some reason
Yeah.
I'm having
There you
trouble
go.
today. Hey guys, this is a great presentation, but I'm in Montana. Can you tell me if it's available here in Montana?
It's legal in Montana. I'm looking.
Okay.
Montana's not on the list, so absolutely. Yep.
Okay, great. I know Success is not available here as of yet,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
I don't
So-
know that because they're in like I think they're in 48 states now, something like that, or 40. They're in the 40s now.
I'll double check. So,
Okay.
okay, I'll double check that. Okay, thank you so much. And and actually one more thing to
Yes.
confirm, $1,000, is it a one-time thousand? Is it per month? I just want to clarify.
Oh, I love you. Somebody else asked if it was per month, and I'm like, no, it's one time a year. But
Okay,
would
so
you
it's
want to pay
one
it
per-
per
it's
month?
1,000
Yeah,
per
just
year
one
then.
time a year.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah, but-
awesome. Thank you so
but
much. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thanks, Joe. And Sean, go ahead. Unmute yourself, Sean.
Sean's a newbie here. He doesn't know.
Yeah, hi, Sean. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Corbett. Okay. Is it Corbett?
No, Sean Sturrock.
Oh, no, I didn't have my hand up. I just want to say, Don,
Oh.
oh my gosh, I'm blown away by this. This is a very open-ended question, but everything you have lined up, if you were to get certified for each one, if you just took a stab at it, very conservative, what that might add in addition to an agent's just bottom line, either financially or number of deals,
Yeah.
conservatively, this might lead to if somebody got certified in all of it.
Sean, I wish I could tell you that because it would make my life and our team's lives easier. We never, and we'll tell you this up front, we'll never tell you or guarantee you business because we don't even know where the business is going to come in, what market, the volume, or anything else. What I can tell you is on corporate relocation, eXp Reload now is Revenos, is one of the top 3 relocation providers in the United States. We just won a national award with Sterling Lexicon. 3.5 years ago, we didn't exist. And we're competing with all these other companies that have been around for a long time. So we're a top provider for that. On affinity services, I'm receiving thousands of referrals a month now from companies that that you see advertised on TV. I don't want to say them right now, but you know who they are. They're advertising on TV. They give lots of referrals out, and they've come to us. They came to Revenos. I was here actually, not even about a year, and I got a call from a company, the CEO of the company, and I was actually had taken the afternoon off and happened to be in a casino. Ching, ching, ching. There was a lot of noise going on. So I walked outside to be quiet, and I didn't know who she was, and I really didn't know the company well, but I knew that they did referrals. And I said to her, can I ask, are you doing business with us already? And she says, yes, we work with about 40 eXp agents. And I said, great, well, why are you calling me? And she says, because we know what you're doing, and we need more consistent service across the US, and I need coverage across the US. We need help. We've got new clients coming in, and we can't do it without national coverage. We're the only monolithic real estate company in the United States, meaning we have one point of contact, which is Revenos through eXp, to drive leads to all of you. So we make their jobs easier, because if they're going to our competitors, who are individually owned and operated franchisees most of the time, they have to deal with each individual company. So if I'm giving 1,000 referrals out a month, like this one company does, they give me more than 1,000 referrals a month. They have to talk to 1,000 different individual relocation directors or referral coordinators or companies, the broker or whoever it is, to manage those 1,000. With me, with us, eXp, they make one phone call, and actually they don't even call anymore. They just send it to an email. We have one email for each client that comes in to our general referral engine, and we shoot them out right from there. We've got it down to such a science now. We're right now, by the way, there's a new client we're onboarding, Built, B-I-L-T. You're going to be seeing it in the next 30 days. Built is the largest, if I understand correctly, they're the largest reward point company, like American Express. They're bigger than American Express. They have a new program that they have millions of tenants that pay their rent with their Built credit card. They're coming to us. They've come to us. We're actually, in fact, I'm on a call with them tomorrow, every week now, but we're going live with them. We're going to be their exclusive real estate provider. So if I pay my rent through Built, and hey, here's $3,300 for my monthly rent. And by the way, when I pay my rent, it's going to pop up and say, hey, Dawn, great, thanks for paying your rent. Do you know that in your market, there are 4 homes that for what you're paying in rent, here's the homes that you could buy, and you could actually be paying less money or equal money or maybe a little more. Would you like to see one of these homes right now? Yeah, sure. Click eXp.
Love it.
So that is new coming. And thank you for reminding me to say something. I would have been amiss not mentioning it.
Don,
That's
and you may be
bam,
doing
bam,
this,
bam.
may I
Yeah.
ask you this, you might be doing this already, but are you guys capturing testimonials as people sign up for these and start to receive, new income, new deals and so forth?
Yeah.
Is
So on
great?
on the referrals, we do have agents that come and talk about the experiences. For customers, we don't get it for Revenos. We hope you get them for your customers. Hey, I came in through Bundle Select and it was great, because it's not promoting Revenos. We're here to promote you. We're turning the tables. This is not promoting you like other companies. They want to promote the flag, right? They're not promoting it. Well, I'm here to promote you in your market and to make you look as good as possible in your market. So when you say, how many can I guarantee you? I can never guarantee you anything. I can tell you historically what I've done in a market.
Yeah.
I can tell you
Well,
historically from a client, I can do that.
Okay.
I'll do it on a one-on-one. I'm not going to do it because I don't put anything in writing, because then it tends to get outside of the company, and this is confidential info. But yeah, sure.
It
But
would be
it's
great,
a
Don, to
lot.
have like a list of testimonials from agents, in eXp who have used this, who've used
Yeah.
some of these services and Bundle Select, that kind of stuff. Just, here's what it did for me and my business. That'd be great for all of us to have, even for eXp as a company,
Sure.
to have some good testimonials on that, because we're all looking for more business. We're all looking for more leads, more deals, solid leads. We all pay money for stuff that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And you throw money out the window, and I won't do that again. And you try something else. And
I know.
anyway, we've all done
And
that stuff,
with the regular referrals, if you get online with a Home Story or a Zillow or a Rocket and you do a good job, you're going to be in their cycle. So when they have anything in your market, you're going to be one of the top ones. They're going to, because we give your names to them, like whoever wants to be a Zillow or Rocket or any of those, or Home Story. You want to let us know, because there's a process to go through, and we'll hook you up. But you have to go ahead and go to the training. There's a special training they'll require. And you have to go ahead, and it's free, but you have to go ahead and be available when we call. That doesn't mean you have to be available, but you can't take what is the kiss of death is to take a lead, say, yes, I'm going to work with John Smith, and then decide, John's house is only $200,000. I'm awful busy. I'm going to have to turn it back. If you do that, you're off the list, because the client you can't do that to a buyer or seller. Okay. That's a problem. Kathy Carter, is your hand up? Oh no, you're muted. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
One
looking
last,
at
one
meetings.
last thing here, Dawn.
Sure, go ahead.
Nikos had asked, and if you want to mute yourself, Nikos, you can. He asked if any of these services apply to international global eXp agents.
So we're working on that right now. We're working on being able to roll out bundles. Like we do corporate relocation, by the way, in 5 or 6 countries now. Canada, we do it in the Caribbean. We've done it in Spain. We even had 3 coming out of Russia, and then the Ukraine war broke out, and we haven't heard from them since. But we had 3 coming into the States from Russia. So we do business in other countries. Corporate relo, absolutely. Affinity business is different because it's a different type of business, and businesses run differently in different countries. They're paid differently. So how should the reward work if there can be one if it's legal? So there's a lot of different things we're working on, but right now we're working on Canada and Puerto Rico, setting them up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Very cool.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else, guys? We'll wrap it up. We're running long, but this has been awesome. Good
You have
stuff.
an amazing team.
great. Thank you.
No, really, thank you so much. You know, this is really, really good. Erwana was asking the certification process. What is it? I may have missed it. I'm going to send you, Dawn. I'll send you a list of everybody who's on here.
Perfect, perfect.
And they can get
Yeah.
certified through this. How else? By going into where?
Bundles Select Certified, when you go on to the pinned post for those workplace groups,
Okay.
it tells you look at the Revenos calendar and it gives you the dates because we have training offered every week. You can take classes in any order. So you can take class 4 today and take class 1 in 3 months. It's fine. But you have to take all 4 classes in Relo and Affinity, or Relo and REO, to be certified, okay, to actually get the certificate. And once you're certified, then you're available to qualified to receive business.
Right. And Bundle Select though you just
That's
get
different. This is
a whole
Bundle
different
Select.
deal. Right.
Right. You Bundle Select, you're certified after today, but you pay to subscribe and be able to use the tools and bring in the companies. It's the $1,000 fee so that we can go ahead and create all those websites and provide all those tools to you. Okay.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah,
Dawn,
everybody.
thank you so much. Guys, thank you for being around. This recording will be up in just a little bit. I'll have this up as quick as possible. Okay. Join us tomorrow because there's a lot to talk about here. We're going to keep talking about this, I think, some tomorrow when we get together just for our weekly Wednesday collaboration mastermind. Okay. So anything else you want to bring there, bring it. But let's talk about this more tomorrow. Dawn, a lot to think about, a lot to chew on.
Thanks.
Great stuff. eXp, I'm telling you, it's
Great stuff.
awesome.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great
Thank
day.
John.
You too, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.